Hey, welcome from Cupertino, California. We're at Apple's annual developers conference, WWDC 2026. I'm Jeff Fieldhack with my partner, Tarun Pathak. How's it
Yes,
going, Tarun? You
great,
came a
Jeff.
long,
Great.
long ways
Yes,
from
still jet
India.
lagged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, let's hop to it. I think before getting into the key takeaways of this year, we have to go back to last year, where a lot of the discussion was on glass and the 3 billion parameter offline large language model that developers were given. Siri was barely mentioned, and it
Correct.
was even admitted that Siri lagged.
Correct.
Fast forward to this year, what was your impression of Siri and your key
Yeah,
takeaway?
I think a key takeaway from this year was the city took the center stage. Like
Yeah.
I believe like around 60-70% of the conversation and the spotlight was on Siri. And with due credit, I think the new version of Siri, which they are calling Siri AI, has been built grounds up. Like it's something which they have really modified in a way which is more conversational, which is more smarter, and have a more cross-platform play into it as compared to its previous version or so. And the biggest differentiation what Apple is providing is it is backed by the Apple Foundation models that have improved significantly over the last two generations. These are the like third generation Apple Foundation models that are powering the Siri and the intelligence across, and then on top of it you have smarter Siri, you have more conversational Siri, and then visual intelligence across different use cases across different devices from Apple ecosystem. For the first time, visual intelligence is coming beyond iPhone to the iPad and Mac. So there are a lot of like we can see the use cases that can be built on it. And and on top of it, the last thing I want to highlight here is, which is traditional the strength of Apple, is the promise of privacy to the end user. So what Apple is saying, this might be the more like private assistant we are building as compared to rest of the options in the market. So that's the promise of privacy with a smarter intelligence for its users in the new iOS 27. So I think that took the entire center stage in these conversations today, and we can go deeper into how they are going to make it, the approach they are looking into, and anything on top of it. I think the other announcement they mentioned is the privacy for the children,
Yeah.
right? So
Certainly, Siri, much improved, much more important, and Apple's very proud and think they may be best in class for on-device awareness of what the user is wanting or being should be prompted for. And the case they gave, which was multimodal, was hey, search what is everyone bringing to the potluck, and it searched through your voicemails, texts, emails, and it was able to correctly surmise what everyone's on. That's fairly powerful, and that it's multimodal, on device, secure. Yeah, much improved
correct,
over
correct.
last year.
And I think one of the key questions which everyone was asking, and I think Apple addressed it straight away during the talk we had, the closed door meeting, uh, is the partnership with Google. Is something that you find this is like a collaboration where we are building on the models which are powered in collaboration with Google. And if you look at the Apple frontier models which they are introducing, is both on the cloud and on device. The promise of the privacy extends to the both, like the private cloud compute or be it on device. What we have seen, the use cases what they have shown today was largely on the on device kind of things, and if they are complex queries that the user asks, the orchestrator will take it straight away to the cloud models, which are again equipping or handling those requests in a more private way as well. So that's an interesting way of defining this partnership, rather than saying that okay, these are all backed by Google or Gemini or
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah, Apple did highlight that a majority of AI would be on device, and it was their own proprietary and their own work. I guess if something, video or something more complex, then it went to the private cloud or Google's cloud, NVIDIA chips, and then it's done there. But yeah, Apple was very proud that they are owning a lot more of
Correct.
the AI.
Correct. So the promise of the privacy, I think, is one of the key differentiation. The other thing is what we have seen, the use case of AI until now is has been very much driven on one platform in a sense, like the certain set of devices like smartphones.
Mhm,
But when you have to leverage more on the cross-platform
mhm,
play, I think Apple is in a very unique position because they are users that are handling like they're using iPad, Mac, and iPhone at the same
mhm,
time. And if they have to leverage, let's say, the CD here, for example, at a cross-device platform play, they can build up one of a great user experience when it comes to the cross-platform integration and all. Then that's the beauty of the hardware and the software integration, what they have done over the years with the promise of Apple Silicon. Um, yes, they are late to the party,
mhm,
but I think this year we are seeing the directional which we have been seeing for the couple of years. Last year, as you mentioned, and it was hardly mentioned,
mhm,
but this year they went all out and looks promising. But once it is out, I think the betas are out already.
mhm.
We'll be testing it out, the how the new iOS 27 looks like, and what one key factor that also mentioned about the different regions, right?
Mhm.
So would you like to highlight like the Europe and the China?
Yeah, that's still to be determined. They're one language, English, and then the others will roll out. And there needs to be some hurdles to get into
Correct.
the EU, and then more hurdles.
Yes.
Probably a partnership with some Chinese vendors to get into the Chinese market. So these two markets, yeah, we're basically said this is going to take quite a bit of time before, yeah, this AI prowess gets to these regions.
Correct, correct. And the rest of the updates across different OS, I think
Yeah,
those were like more or less the basic updates we can
yeah,
say. There's making the platforms more sharper, like what
yeah.
the announcement we have seen on the, let's say, the compatibility with the Watch OS or
Mhm,
the Mac OS, or the calling it a golden gate. And then we believe the key highlight here, the spotlight remains on the Siri, and the all eyes on once people user will start downloading it, how they're interacting.
mhm.
Especially I like the UI side of things when the dynamic island opens up
Yeah.
and you can actually make it a full screen experience. Siri now being the dedicated app as well, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to highlight that part?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, well, every year we survey developers. It is a
Yeah.
developers conference, and last year they were excited about the 3 billion parameter offline LLM they were given to work with. But uh, in our survey, they're actually more excited about this year the more integrated Siri, being able to better work across watch, phones, Mac, and yeah, all hardware, even the headset. So yeah, I think there was a lot more for developers to work with, and they mentioned that yeah, they were more excited this year than last year.
Correct. So that's the fundamental. I think the key differentiation that will remain, and all eyes on the new devices, the
Yeah.
new iPhones that will be coming. And if Apple gets it right, like in our research, we find out that they are close to like 650 million um, on AI capable devices Apple has right now across iPad, Mac,
Mhm.
and iPhone. Um, if they get it right, the immediate user base will be huge, right?
Yeah.
So that's the one big advantage. But then again, all depends on the execution and how user takes it in terms of like how it enhances the overall experience. I think
Yes.
that will define the next super cycle that Apple will
Yeah.
likely to have on the devices.
If there's a negative, we had lots of questions about, are they going to talk about Fold? Are they going to
Yeah.
talk about glasses? It's a developers conference. Of course they're not. However, I think the seeds are there for developers. They're not stupid. They can start, working on such things, such as applications that are modified or optimized for folds and that. So that work certainly is already beginning, and I think the kernels are there for that type of
Yes,
work.
definitely.
Another item Apple highlighted spent a considerable amount of time was privacy and parental controls. There were some demonstrators outside of Apple here, and Apple hit it head on and put in very easy privacy controls where it can be age gated, browsing can be monitored, apps can be monitored. It seems to be maybe a bit overdue,
Yeah.
but very, very
And
simplified.
that's one of the hottest topic because in our research we find every year the average age to use your firstborn for a lot of the kids is coming down and down.
Mhm.
And that's an important area to address, and I think you are right, Apple has addressed it head on this
Mhm.
year, especially with these privacy controls for the parents and all. So that's a very neat add on to that the entire
Um,
uh, set of announcements this year.
yeah, absolutely. Any other final takeaways?
Yeah, so like looking forward to try the new beta
Yeah.
version on our devices. We are excited on that, and we look forward to that experience and then see how it goes from there onwards.
Yeah, same here. A bit of better, improved integration. You start something on your watch or your iPad, and you can go to other devices and finish up. We'll see how that works in practice. Some of these new AI applications of, for example, you want to visit a state park and you know your friend lives there. It easily gives you directions and all kinds of information to
Right,
combine
and they
this trip.
integrated with the world knowledge what Apple says, like they have been working for the years. At least the entire structure looks promising,
Mhm.
and now the execution side of it. Once they get it right, then it can be expanded to million of devices, and then obviously learn from that experience, and then we will see how it goes from there onwards.
Yeah, and my final takeaway is Apple held serve here. I mean, there were maybe very, very high expectations and too high of expectations, but I think as far as the developers world, I think they were pleased and have something a little more to work with this
And
year.
this has always been the story with Apple. They're never first to, like, hardly first to any certain things, but they would like to get it right. And I think if we look at the 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 process they are taking with this, the AI, we have been talking about this for years. Now is the fundamental approach of putting consumers first and their privacy, and then they're building AI around that. Like so that's an approach I think which will retain the trust of the billions of users they have on their
Yeah.
platform.
And to be continued on the Counterpoint website with more
Yes.
vlogs and more information and testing of the beta software. So
Yeah.
thanks a lot, Tarun.
Thank you. Thanks. Take
Thank
care.
you.